Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to hit all notifications to be notified the second our content comes out. Make sure you hit all notifications and check out the DREAMERSPRO podcast that we have pinned below. Let me get into this topic here. Now, one of the biggest myths that has been propagated throughout the NBA for over the last 10 years at least is that who did Michael Jordan face in the NBA Finals? Who did he face? And then let's look at the talent that LeBron James has faced. LeBron has faced more players. It's one of the things that's driving this "we are done with the 90s." They're trying to say who was the competition, who were the players, the crop of players that these guys were going up against. And they try to use it as something to hold against Jordan. But one of them was like, who did Jordan face in the finals? Who did Jordan face in the finals? This is the one thing these people love running to. Who did Jordan face in the finals? Who did Jordan face in the finals? And today I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to spend some time researching this information because I'd researched it in the past. I just don't know where the notes are. We've done 3,000 shows, so I don't know where the notes are. And I was like, okay, I need to research it again to burst these people's bubble because the lies need to stop. And listen, I think that we are amongst some of the platforms out here that are trying to put a correction in the system. There's been a lot of twerking. There's been a lot of gyrating. There's been a lot of slapping each other with honey all over the place. And we got to come up in here and we got to give our point of view too. There's been a lot of capping, a lot of capping. There's been a lot of propaganda. I've noticed now whenever we produce some of these shows, all of a sudden, these weird ass accounts, these weird names keep posting the same kind of copied and paste stuff from Bleacher Report and The Athletic talking about the time. And I'm like, LeBron got bots working for him now? You got bots working for you? It's gone to this extent? So we got to put this information out. Obviously, it's going to offend some people. Obviously, I don't care because we're going to keep producing it. So that's really what I want to get into today. And I want to break down this myth about, LeBron has faced tougher competition than Michael Jordan. And that's one of the reasons we need to view him in a different light when comparing these two players. But before I even get into that, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's a sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/DREAMERSPRO. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, let me get into this information here. So LeBron fans love to say this. Who did Jordan face? Who did Jordan face? I think the better question you guys should be asking yourselves is, who did LeBron have? Y'all keep asking, who did Jordan face? The question you need to ask yourselves is, who did LeBron James have? We're going to get to that a little bit later. Let's get into it here. Let's look at the players that Michael Jordan has faced in the NBA Finals. They're the top 75 players. So these guys are considered to be the best players to ever play the sport. Let's see how many times or how many different players Jordan has faced in the finals that were top 75 guys. Give you some names. Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Gary Payton, Karl Malone, John Stockton. Those are 7 names. Let's look at the players that LeBron has faced in the finals that are top 75 guys. Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard, Dirk Nowitzki, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. That's 7 players. Jordan faced 7 top 75 guys. LeBron has faced 7 top 75 guys. So why is it whenever we have this conversation, you guys try to make it seem like as if LeBron was facing Thanos and Darkseid and all of these guys in the finals, and Michael Jordan was going up against Super Mario and Sonic in the finals? You guys make it seem as if the talent pool that Jordan played against was so low, but the talent pool that LeBron played against was so great. But here we are, we're looking at some of the top 75 guys, and I'm showing you that in terms of the occurrences in which they faced these caliber players was actually the same. Now, here's actually where it gets worse. When you now consider the amount of help that LeBron has had throughout the course of his career in comparison to the amount of help that Michael Jordan has had, you realize once again why this debate is absolutely laughable. Some people feel a type of way. I'm going to say it again. The Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate is a joke of a debate. You're bringing a player that is far more superior and you're comparing him to a player that's not on the same level, and you guys are trying to make it add up, and it's not adding up. So they face the same level of competition. Now let's look at the players that Michael Jordan played with throughout those finals appearances to win those 6 championships, in which he never lost and in which he never went to a game 7. Jordan played with Horace Grant, who was a 1-time All-Star, Dennis Rodman, who was a 2-time All-Star, and Scottie Pippen, who was a 7-time All-Star. Folks, that's a combined amount of All-Star appearances of 10. That is a representation of the talent pool that Michael Jordan played with. Let's look at some of the players that LeBron has played with throughout the course of his career. Russell Westbrook, who some of you clowns were twerking it up all over the place when y'all thought the Lakers were going to win a championship that year. Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony, Rajon Rondo, Mo Williams, who was an All-Star, Adrunas Ilgauskas, who was also an All-Star, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Derrick Rose, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Dwight Howard, who was probably one of the main reasons the Lakers were even able to beat the Denver Nuggets in the Orlando bubble, because of the tandem of Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis. Those are the amount of players that he's played with for a combined total All-Star appearances of about 106 to Jordan's 10. Here's some other information for the people that may think this is close. Do you know that Michael Jordan, when he played in the playoffs with at least one All-Star, do you know Jordan has only lost 1 series? Here, let me repeat it once more. Do you know that when Michael Jordan, throughout the course of his career, has only lost 1 playoff series when he had at least 1 All-Star? Do you know how many LeBron and Kobe have? When they have All-Stars, how many series they've lost? It got to be like around 6 right now. That's LeBron and Kobe combined. But you guys want to make it seem like it's close. Now, some people will be saying, this guy's being disingenuous. Do you know why he's being disingenuous? Charles is a coward. Some people probably be calling me a bastard. He's a MFer. How dare you mention Carmelo Anthony? He was old. And then say LeBron James had him. Do you know when Dennis Rodman joined the Bulls? He signed with them at the age of 34, 35. Do you know when he won the last championship in 1998? Do you know how old Dennis Rodman was? 37 going on 38. 1 year younger than LeBron right now. 1 year younger. Was Dennis Rodman not old? Well, of course he was. So why are you using that argument? Listen, folks. Listen. All the media does is lie when it comes to this debate. The only reason they say it is to generate money. They need somebody to compare to Jordan to argue to generate income. They know in their damn minds it's not true. They know it. And I think that what is happening is something that they didn't anticipate. What they didn't anticipate is the advent of independent media. You see, big media, these guys can be controlled. You can tell them what to say and what not to say. Then you have some guys that are coming into the independent space, but they're still kind of corporate guys. They don't come in really, really independent. They're coming in independent, but they have a lot of ties to corporations, through a lot of connections and all of that. And they're still kind of promoting that same nonsense that's being promoted on television. But then you have the independent sector where guys like myself and so many others who have a totally different view from these guys. And what is happening is, on an individual level, we can't really compete with them in views, although some guys can, some big guys can. But in aggregate, we absolutely can. I don't know the daily amount of views that independent creators get every day producing basketball content, but I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot because we here get between 3 to 4 million views a month, and this is just us. We're not even at like 500,000 subs. So when you count all of those other guys, you're probably looking at 15 to 20 million views a month of people that have totally different viewpoints than a lot of this stuff that these people are saying. So whether or not they want to ignore independent media and act like they're not real, it doesn't really matter, because who determines what's good and what's not good is not other journalists and other basketball guys. It's the fans. It's the viewing public. The public get to say you're good, not you. The public are the ones that ultimately decide if the product is good, not you. And you can't gatekeep that. They try, but it doesn't work. So what's happening is you have so many, and Jason Whitlock pointed this out on his show with talking about Scap Attack and others. That's what's happening. So we're providing an alternative view, and a lot of it is beginning to stick. And I think this is what they didn't anticipate. Because if you snuff out all the independent creators, then all you have is these dudes twerking it up all over the place every day. So to me, I think it's fantastic. I think it's a fantastic dichotomy that exists within the system. And I think it's something that's here to stay, to be totally honest with you. I think it's something that's here to stay, and everybody's just going to have to find a way to navigate this new, it's a brave new world. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.